meant to kill me, but it's working for me. It's working. Tell somebody it's working. Encourage somebody. I know it seems hard, but just hang in there. I promise you it's working. Everything that you face, every heartbreaking trial.
Gospel 88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
WEHA, Port Republic, Atlantic City. And now on FM translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic City, Pleasantville.
The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour, Power to the People, talking about the power of the people of Atlantic City, a platform for people to discuss ideas of the community, creating an all-inclusive environment where people of Atlantic City can actively participate in the economic revitalization of Atlantic City's future. This forum will focus on black and white capitalism, working together to create red, white, and blue capitalism. Every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM. WeHaveGospel.com. The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour. Power to the people.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're rolling up.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Atlantic City and America. What a marvelous Martin Luther King Jr. holiday this was. Beginning with his birthday, and I'm so honored that Stephanie Dixon is joining us. And you know Stephanie Dixon, I would love to get her up here one day. She has been part of the New Jersey Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, I believe, since its inception, and she just is so engaged from everything from Martin to Obama. Those are Stephanie Dixon's two best friends, Martin Luther King Jr. and President Obama. So good evening, Stephanie Dixon, and thank you for all of the good work you do for the Democratic Party and putting it all together and supporting the community. You are an angel. God bless you. So, Atlantic City, Teddy Tashe Payton, are you online from Washington, D.C.?
I certainly am. Hello, everyone, and happy MLK Day.
So, what did you and Thies do in Washington, D.C. for Martin Luther King Jr. Day today, Miss Payton?
Well, we spent most of our day doing community service. Today we went to the Greenbelt Plaza, or Beltway Plaza, and one of the county council members, Mel Franklin, and a different nonprofit organization, I can't remember the full name, but TIS, they basically were giving away fresh produce and turkeys and things like that to families in need, and then just community participants who basically came up and registered. So that was for most of the day. And then we did some reading and things like that just on a historical standpoint, so we can learn about what today is actually all about.
Wonderful, wonderful. And for those of you that are viewing from my actual laptop, you might not be able to hear Teddy Tashe Payton. Is she playing loud in the studio too, Steph? Yeah, Steph's going to turn up in the studio. Okay, cool. So, wonderful. Well, it's all about service. Martin Luther King Jr. And, you know, to backtrack a little bit, this has been a very interesting 2 weeks because, as you know, the citizens of Atlantic City are unifying and collectively coming together to fight this economic apartheid referendum that the other side is trying to push to take away the power of the people to vote. And it started out on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and also my godson Jackson Lily's birthday is actually on January 15th. And it was ironic and uncanny that on January 15th, there was a press conference that was called together by City Hall, and the mayor and Kaleem Shabazz and Linda Steele from the NAACP and a number of other extraordinary community activists from Atlantic City had this press conference about vote no, just vote no against the referendum. But it actually happened on the 15th, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So it's like the birth of this movement. The mustard seed was actually planted on King's birthday, January 15th. So I thought that was the first extraordinary thing that happened. And then fast forward to today, there's been a string of wonderful events starting with the NAACP's Martin Luther King Jr. March from the MLK complex down to the Civil Rights Garden. Right after that, Atlantic Cape Community College had this wonderful lunch. They called it, "What Do You Dream for Atlantic City?" It says, they had a lunch that said, "What do you dream for Atlantic City?" And Atlantic Cape Community College put this on. It was a free lunch for the community, delicious salads, etc. And they had a piece of paper spread out, a big piece of paper like a tablecloth, inviting people to write what was their dream for Atlantic City. And a number of people wrote things like safer streets for the kids, more recreation centers for the kids, cleaner streets, take advantage of making the beach more an asset of Atlantic City versus the casinos. Of course, you know what my dream was. I wrote about the RX-5 cybersecurity, cyber triangle coming here and creating 5,000 new jobs and bringing about $3 billion of new investment here. Also, I floated the lightly, I haven't given our plan out yet, but you know, I would like to propose that for 4 years there is a tax holiday for homeowners, and we bring in enough investment, and we have another innovative idea that for 4 years homeowners have zero property taxes, and then after the fourth year we have a flat rate of 10% tax rate. But this, so after that, then I had to come here for this wonderful WEHA radio show, Gospel One. What is it? Gospel 96.3, Steph? 96 point. Could have signed us now. Oh, 88.7 FM. The sign is back there, so I can't read it. But anyway, so I'm here, and then okay, thank you, Steph. Christ-centered, community-focused, listener-supported. We have Gospel 88.7 FM, 100.3 FM, Atlantic City. African-American owned and operated for 10 years. The greatest radio station in this county. So came here for this with Teddy Tashe Payton to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about this referendum, defeating it, just vote no. Matter of fact, you see I have my Vote 2020 button on. I'm always going to wear this now to remind people you got to vote. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit that Teddy Tashe Payton is having at the Showboat Resort on February 12th from 8 to 4 p.m. She has a number of entrepreneurs and billionaires and millionaires coming to Atlantic City to meet and talk about ideas on how to turn the city around without anything doing with casinos. And we're going to talk about Teddy Tashe has agreed that for the next 4 Mondays, because the tickets are $200 a person to go to the summit, and she's going to give away 2 tickets per Jim Whitehead Power Hour radio show for the next 4 Mondays. So if you want $400 worth of tickets to this amazing Opportunity Zone Summit to talk about black capitalism and white capitalism and Bangladesh capitalism and Asian capitalism and Latino capitalism working together to make red, white, and blue capitalism, We're going to do something shortly where you got to, if you're the fifth caller to express your opinion opposing the referendum, the fifth caller will win the 2 tickets. I'm taking this out of Kathy Hughes' book, 102.3. And speaking of Kathy Hughes, she has her big show tonight, Urban One, 40th anniversary with Jamie Foxx and Missy Elliott and a lot of folks. I'll let Teddy Taché tell you about that. And then the last thing was, Joanne Leone, Teddy Taché and Celeste Fernandez, and my partner to work out with the seniors and youth. We have a wonderful idea that we're going to kick off, that we want to invite families in Atlantic City for a day of ice skating with their little kids. You got to bring the kids with you, the family. And when you come to the skate zone to do ice skating, your admission fee is going to be your registration, because we want to focus on getting more folks registered to vote. We want your children to see you in the process of registering to vote, so it inspires them to want to register to vote when they get 18. And we just want to get a lot of folks involved with the process so that we can get 10 or 15,000 people out in record numbers to vote this election year. Number one, vote no against this referendum. And number two, after we get past the referendum, we're going to vote for some high-quality, integrity-driven leadership for City Hall. So on that note, Teddy Taché, tell us some more about your summit and about these 2 tickets that we're going to give away.
Okay, so again, good evening, everyone in Atlantic City. We are going to give away 2 tickets today, and every Monday, as Jimmy has already said, up until the summit. The summit is actually going to be, the reception will be on February 11th, and then the summit itself is going to be on February 12th. So the reception is going to be a VIP reception. We're going to have a lot of the different parties who are helping to underwrite the actual summit, and a lot of our speakers and people like that will actually be in attendance for the reception. That will be on the 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. And then the summit itself will be on February 12th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And during the summit, we will be talking about different projects and things that are going on in opportunity zones. So a lot of times you've heard us, or many times, you've heard us talking about opportunity zones, and some of you may have questions as to what that actually is or what it means. So an opportunity zone is nothing more than a area or neighborhoods, communities that have been identified by HUD and by the census and tracts and things like that, that are underserved communities, underserved populations, and maybe in economic distress. Not all opportunity zones are economically distressed, but most of them are. And in that, a lot of the communities are blighted, and because they're blighted, they need people from private industries to come in and to help redevelop, bring in new industry, and bring in capital or money to the area in order to rebuild those areas. So when you hear us talk about opportunity zones, that's what we're talking about. We're just talking about areas that have been identified where there is a specific tax break for investors to come in and basically put money into these areas. Now, with that in mind, the projects that Jimmy has talked about and that we are looking at, like the RX-5 data warehouse centers and things like that, coming into Atlantic City, some of those will be featured projects and or topics for our actual summit. How will that happen? What will it look like? Where are we actually thinking about putting these things? And once we put it all together, what's going to happen? So, or how to actually make it happen. So you'll hear more so the masterminding behind it, the foundation or groundwork that's going to lead up to it, so that we can essentially do what we've been talking about coming to fruition over the last couple of months to Atlantic City. In addition, we're going to talk about projects that we have in the Virgin Islands and other places throughout the U.S. So I'm really excited to meet all who are coming to the summit. I cannot wait. It's been a work in progress for some time now, and we're excited to basically have things come to fruition. There's nothing better than to have something that you thought of and have planned with myself and Jimmy working together and others. Like when you plan something and then you actually see it come to be. So it's nothing more exciting than that. So I can't wait to see many of you guys and to meet people, put names and faces together. That's always exciting to me because I'm a people person. I love people. So I'm really excited to be in Atlantic City and to watch everything come together. Now, as far as us giving away tickets, I'm excited again to give away these tickets because some may say, you know what, I don't necessarily want to spend the money or you may not have it, but we're going to give some away. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll be giving away 2 tickets every time the Power Hour is on. So today, Jimmy has identified the 5th caller when I guess he gives cues to say call in, but the 5th caller today will be receiving 2 complimentary tickets to the summit.
Yes, and what we're going to do after we take a break, when we come back, we're going to ask people to call in because, look, if you are a small businessman or small businesswoman, or if you're somebody that wants to become a business person, this is the kind of forum that you want the opportunity to participate in. This is the way the big boys and big girls do business in New York and in Washington, D.C., and in California and other cities and other municipalities. They bring capital to the city so that the capital can see the opportunities, and they introduce the capital to the local entrepreneurs. So if they're going to make investments, we got to make sure that a rising tide lifts all boats, okay? This is not about some outsiders coming and getting rich. This is about bringing some wealthy folks in to invest in Atlantic City, and let's create some local Atlantic City millionaires, okay? This is all about compassionate capitalism, or as Bruce Weeks would call it, collective community economic development. We want the community to be fully engaged here. Now, let me tell you, for those of you who don't really know what opportunity zones are, I'm going to give you a real simple version of it, and Teddy, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So Cory Booker, Senator Cory Booker, and Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina, they wrote some legislation that basically says they identified 600 circles in America, 6 communities, 600. And in these 600 communities, let's say that you're a millionaire or a billionaire or a thousandaire. You come into that opportunity zone, one of those 600 places, and you invest $1 billion. Well, you don't have to pay any taxes on that $1 billion for 10 years. And while that $1 billion is there working, is growing and is making money, and there's all kind of sophisticated, complicated mathematics to go along with it, which I don't really get into. But all I do know is that if you build a better mousetrap, the world will be the path to your doorstep. So the better mousetrap right now in America is this fabulous opportunity zone that comes along with the Atlantic Ocean. Okay? It has nothing to do with casinos, has nothing to do with gambling. Because when we start to bring that kind of capital in, what happens, you see this transformation in the community where the young people are inspired because they see some jobs that doesn't have anything to do with casinos. The middle-aged entrepreneurs are inspired because they see a new way that they can make some more money. The unions can partner with us to do workforce training because guess what? A lot of these new cybersecurity buildings require new electrical systems and new transformers and a whole bunch of new stuff that I don't understand because I'm not a technician. But I do know how to bring the people together. I know how to connect the dots between the people with the deep pockets and the people with the empty pockets that need to get into the deep pockets to invest in our community. So is that simple enough explanation of the opportunity zones, Teddy Tashe, or do I make it too simple?
I think you did a pretty good job, and it's something that, like you said, you can make it really simple. It's a tax break for those who are investing into the areas that have been designated.
Yes. So when we go on our break and you hear that music, not yet, but when we come back, be the 5th caller. And then when you call in, to qualify, first of all, you have to give us your opinion about this economic apartheid referendum. You know, how we need to vote no against this referendum. Then, if you're the first or third or fourth caller with your opinion, well, you'll have to try again next Monday, because when we get our fifth opinion, that's the person that's going to win those 2 tickets. And you want to come to this thing because there's going to be people from the private sector, the public sector, the intelligence industry, some other smart industry. We're going to have somebody come in from Maryland to talk about a smart community that IBM is financing right now. We also are going to give some tickets to some of the students in Atlantic City. I want to be able to reach out to several students at Atlantic City High School and several students at Atlantic City, is it called Technical Institute? Is it ACTI? ACIT, Atlantic City Institute of Technology, because I want some of these young people to be sitting at some of these tables to hear the discussion and the chatter about how they're doing deals. You know, you have to be able to reach one and teach one, as evangelist Laniel says. And if we reach back and we bring our youth along with us and we let them sit in these meetings and hear these discussions and we allow them to be a part of this growth, then guess what? Some of our children, some of your family are going to create some million-dollar entrepreneurs that have nothing to do with casinos, okay? So we're going to take a break. We're going to listen to a little sound, and then we come back. We're going to open the lines. You have to dial 609-641-8870. Again, that's 609-641-8870. Call back when we come back. God bless you.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're running up. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. Ain't no stopping us now. We're running up. I know. Ain't no stopping us now. We've got to do. We got it. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe. And if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together, gonna polish up our act. Wow. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all
The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour, Power to the People, talking about the power of the people of Atlantic City, a platform for people to discuss ideas of the community, creating an all-inclusive environment where people of Atlantic City can actively participate in the economic revitalization of Atlantic City's future. This forum will focus on black and white capitalism, working together to create red, white, and blue capitalism. Every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM. WeHaveGospel.com. The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour. Power to the people.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Atlantic City and America, and welcome back to WEHA Gospel 88.7 and 100.3 FM, Atlantic City, the baddest, most wonderful gospel show in America. Our call-in number is 609-641-8870, and we want to get 5 callers to call in to give their opinion about the referendum. And if you call in, we're going to take a count. If you're the 5th caller, you're going to win 2 tickets to the February 12th Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit. So if you want to meet with folks that's talking about money, if you want to listen to some of the plans that we would like to propose to work with collectively with the community in the future, call in. Call in now. Let's hear your opinion. I'm looking for you. 609-641-8870. You know, I see this on the back of this card. I'm going to read this quote to you from Martin Luther King Jr. It says, "An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity." So just think about it. In Atlantic City, if we rise above the narrow confines of our individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity, we'll make an incredible impact on changing Atlantic City in the future. So think about that, because over the last several days, I've seen the most amazing synergy from black and white people in Bangladesh and all colors across the board. So grateful for the Bangladesh Community Center, the president of the organization, Mr. Islam, and I think we got a caller coming in. Did we got a call coming in there, Stefan? Okay, we got a call coming in. We're going to find out who it is and get their thoughts. Yellow? Okay. The finger went up.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Who are we speaking with?
My name is Stuart Wolf, sir. How are you?
Stuart Wolf. How are you, though? Great patriot. How you doing?
I'm wonderful in this nice cold weather.
Only in America.
Yes, only in America. But I know in New Jersey it's very cold.
Yeah, it could be hot here. It could be cold here and hot in California. You know what I mean?
That's right. But I know in the streets of Atlantic County today it's very cold. I've been in them all day. It is not a warm day.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Wolf, share your thoughts with us about this referendum that's going on.
I was born and raised in Atlantic City. And we used to have a commission form of government.
Mm-hmm.
And that government was changed to a mayor-council form of government, I would say 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That gives the people a ward councilman. There's 6 wards in Atlantic City. You have a problem in your ward, you can go to your councilman. If you don't like that councilman, you can go to an at-large councilman.
Mm-hmm.
And you can elect your mayor, whoever you want to be mayor.
Right.
You pick him. This change of government is nothing more than a power grab.
Wow.
You had the state come in, and they grabbed the power. That wasn't enough. Now you have another group, and I'm not going to say who. I'm not getting into a contest on saying people's names. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
But it's not what's best for the people.
Mm-hmm.
The people is what matters. There's very few residents. When I was born and raised in Atlantic City, I'm going back. I'm not a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many residents Atlantic City had?
How many?
Upwards of 60,000.
Wow. Wow.
You know how many you have today?
About 30,000.
If you have that many and you've got to scrape to get by.
Wow.
It's not, everybody says, oh, you got to pay taxes, you have no voice. Wait a minute. All those rental units throughout Atlantic City, those people are just as important as the next person.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter who's doing what to whom.
Mm-hmm.
You have the power of the vote.
Yes.
There should be a very simple sign posted on anything that doesn't move in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Vote no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to bring in a manager and let him make all the decisions?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the manager going to be? After 3 years, how do you get rid of him? You
Mm-hmm.
can't vote him out. You're stuck with him for life.
Wow.
The people of Atlantic City, the people who live there, who wake up every day, God bless it, and go to bed there every night, have to decide,
Yeah.
wait a minute, this is not for us. This is not for the best for us. It used to be, in the summer, you could go get a job on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
There was a business next to a business from one end of the town all the way to the other. You don't have that anymore. You have one choice on a place to work.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not working 12 months a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have to, as a group, everybody has to shoulder the responsibility and say, we need to move this ball forward.
Mm-hmm.
I know we had bad years.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
But the years aren't going to get any better by allowing a North Jersey casino to open
Yeah.
and take what little life we have left.
Agreed.
This is just a shortstop.
Yeah.
You change the government, see how a year from now, if you don't have casinos in North Jersey,
Wow.
who benefits from this?
Mm-hmm.
Who makes the dollars?
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying out here in the street, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
who's making the dollars?
Yes.
Because certainly it ain't for the average person. Who wants all the money? Why do we gotta take the last couple of $1 million we can grab our hands on
Yeah. Yeah.
and suck it out of here?
Yeah.
How many plots in Atlantic City, and you would know, Jim, how
Yeah.
many lots does the CRA-DA own today?
Way too many that they're not paying taxes on. Yeah.
Do you remember a piece of land called Pauline's Prairie?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How many blocks long and how many blocks wide was it?
Huge. Huge piece of land.
Well, keep tearing things down. Go tear down Chum Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Go tear down Atlanta Club.
Mm-hmm.
How many blocks of land will you have then empty?
My goodness. Yeah.
If you think, and people complained about Pauline's Prairie, that's nothing compared to what we have now.
Sure. Let me ask you.
Atlantic City's 48 blocks long and 6 blocks wide. There are people that live there.
Let me ask your opinion on something. And this crossed my mind today after LaToya Dunston came up with the idea, the most honorable councilwoman, LaToya Dunston. Okay, these guys want to have a referendum vote in February, March. We have the regular election in June.
Correct.
LaToya Dunston said, why are you trying to waste taxpayers' money on two separate elections when you could just, if you have to have this referendum vote, which is ridiculous and unethical, why don't you just put the referendum on the June ballot? That way you save a lot of money for the taxpayers, number one.
Because no one, Jim, let's understand something. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody cares about the taxpayer?
I do.
And that young lady happens to be 100% correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there are a few people,
Yes.
a very few people
Yes.
that care about the taxpayer.
Agreed.
The majority of the people involved have skin in the game,
Yeah.
and it's what benefits them.
Wow. Wow.
What benefits them. Let's understand something.
Yeah.
Right now, Atlantic City is under state control, correct?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm.
Who makes all the decisions?
The governor in his office.
That's correct.
Right.
The monitor makes the decisions.
Right.
Henceforth, If the governor wanted to change the government in Atlantic City, what would he do?
Tell me.
I'm waiting to hear from Lieutenant Sheila Oliver.
Right.
She's in Atlantic City all the time.
Man, let me tell you. Wait, stop right there. Hold that point. Hold that point.
What is Lieutenant Sheila Oliver's opinion?
Let me tell you something. You and I are such on the same page, because the next question I was going to ask you, and you've already addressed it. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. birthday, right?
Yes,
Think of how enormous it would be if Governor Murphy and First Lady Tammy Murphy and Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver collectively say, you know what? Because Martin Luther King Jr. died for the right to vote, we're coming out today and say we don't care what goes on with this referendum. It's dead. We're killing it.
That would be a godsend.
Would that be godsend? And think of how many African-American votes he would get the next time he runs for governor.
That would be a godsend.
Wouldn't that be brilliant if he did that?
How he can sit by and allow this to happen is beyond my comprehension.
Why do you think that's happening?
Lieutenant Governor is here all the time.
Right.
She knows what's right. She knows what's wrong.
Yeah.
Where is her opinion? Sitting back and keeping your mouth closed at this time is not what's best for Atlantic City. Understand something. If Atlantic City dies, so does Atlantic County. But without Atlantic City, there is no Atlantic County. That's the heart. Atlantic County is the body. The governor's office must come out and say something.
Yes, just come out and say, squash this nonsense. You know, it's unethical anyway. The casino guys funding
Not only
it.
is it unethical,
Right.
it's unethical on many reasons. Wait a minute.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
When they passed the casino bill in 1976, they said the casino owners, key licensed employees could not put their money into politics. What happened?
Somebody was sleeping.
Now you got a union president, and I'm not going to say his name.
I agree, yes.
Now he wants to be the king of Atlantic City.
Yeah.
If there is no form of government that allows kings, we don't have kings.
Yeah.
If you go ask his rank and file membership, his everyday people, are you happy? Are you satisfied? Does he treat you good? See what answers you get. Wake up, people of Atlantic City. The time has come to call on the governor and say to him, what say you, Mr. Governor? Don't just send me Sheila Oliver when you got nice things to flow out of your lips. Open your mouth and sing it loud and proud. Hell no. We're not spending no more money. The money's not here anymore. Every dime that you take away, every penny that you take away from here ain't coming back. And tearing properties down at the taxpayer. You know, CRDA spends money to tear that Trump Plaza down. If they want it torn down, make the owner tear it down.
Agreed.
Don't use our money to tear it down.
Yeah.
Don't ever use our money to tear it down.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't learn how many millions and millions and millions of dollars has the CRDA given away. I'll give you one right off the tip of my tongue. How many millions of dollars did they give the roller coaster developer for the old Sands casino lot? We never saw a dime of that money back. And we never gonna.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm not going to start on people's personalities. It doesn't matter. Lieutenant Governor Oliver, come to Atlantic City today. Tell us what you think today. Don't wait. Every day that we wait is a bad day.
Well, look, Mr. Wolf, on that note, we're going to take a little station break for the calls. I appreciate you calling in. We're going to let some other callers try to call in here, but thank you, brother.
Please,
and I want to get you on the show one day so we can talk about this some more, okay?
I'm available anytime.
God bless you. You're a great patriot. God bless you, sir. Here we go. Take a little break for some music, and we can come back, and let's see if we get some more callers to call in. 609-641-8870. Just vote no against economic apartheid referendum, Atlantic City. Vote no. Be right back. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, America.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the
The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour, Power to the People, talking about the power of the people of Atlantic City, a platform for people to discuss ideas of the community, creating an all-inclusive environment where people of Atlantic City can actively participate in the economic revitalization of Atlantic City's future. This forum will focus on black and white capitalism, working together to create red, white, and blue capitalism. Every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM. WeHaveGospel.com. The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour. Power to the people.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and we're going to jump back in here talking about this economic apartheid referendum. So, Teddy Taché, what did you think about Mr. Stewart's insightful discussion a couple of minutes ago? What were your thoughts on what he had to say?
I think what he had to say was, it was good. It gave, I guess, a different perspective because a lot of that information most people probably don't know and or would not know unless they follow politics and actually followed the actual progression of what happened initially with the casinos and moving forward. So I thought it was very insightful, and it was actually informative and interesting for me. So, yeah. I appreciate his insight.
Yeah. And I really thought about it after LaToya Dunston talked about it. It makes so much sense. Instead of having two elections, one that is nonsense about the referendum and the other one that is a legitimate election about who people want to run the city, which should always be the case. If they want to have it, okay, let's deal with this, but let's consolidate it to one election. We don't need to spend the taxpayers' money twice on one of them, completely foolishness. But also, the governor, Phil Murphy, is a very prudent, smart man committed to civil rights. He's committed to diversity. He was an ambassador under President Obama's administration. So he definitely is a very open-hearted and open-minded person about doing the right thing, particularly when it comes to the least of these, the underserved communities of New Jersey. And it would just be so apropos that on this date, this important historical 90th birthday holiday of Martin Luther King Jr., he would be 90 years old right now if he was still living. If the governor came out and said, you know what, we're going to smack this nonsense down. People of Atlantic City, keep unifying, keep focusing on rebuilding your city economically, keep focusing on multicultural public-private partnerships, faith-based partnerships, sister city partnerships with the U.S. Virgin Islands and focus on creating some new recreation centers for these youth, focus on creating new jobs for these young people when they graduate out of high school that are something other than working in the casino, which is not a dishonorable career. It's a wonderful career if that's what you want to do. But a lot of these young people don't want to work in tourism or hospitality business. These kids and these teenagers and these young adults, they are all tuned into this, the most powerful computer in the world, the mobile device. And if they can get a job making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, doing what they like doing, social media marketing, doing analysis to try to figure out what kind of people are here and what kind of people are there with computers, well, guess what? They're going to be happy. They're not going to leave Atlantic City. They're going to raise a family. They're going to have a wonderful, prosperous life. Somebody out there like me, I know some other people out like me who have grandchildren, okay? This is what you want. You want your children to do better than you. You want your children to have a better life than we've had, okay? America is still a very young country. I mean, she's a young country. She's an experiment. She was an experiment where they took a whole bunch of people from a whole bunch of different places and put them in this land that was already occupied by the Native Americans and Mexicans, who we love. And these people over time became the most powerful economic engine in the world. You think about that. Europe, Portugal, Africa, Soweto, Swaziland, Russia, England. These countries are all thousands of years old. And America is not even 500 years old yet. And look at us. We are a bunch of different color, patriotic people, and we really do like each other. You know, I saw a post where one of our Caucasian friends posted on my Facebook, you know, there's some Caucasian people out here too. Why aren't we in the pictures and why aren't we up there? Well, you know what I did? You know me, Teddy Tache. I did a post specific and said, listen, all the white people and all the Caucasians of Atlantic City, please come out and be a part of our efforts. Please come out and meet your neighbors, your multicultural neighbors. Please come over to the Bangladesh Center tonight at 6:30 for our People's Peace and Prosperity Council meeting. I want the white people and the Caucasians and the Bangladesh and the Latino and the blacks, all the little, you remember that little song for Disney, It's a Small World After All? I want us to just have a small world after all day, every day in Atlantic City. Let's work together. Let's show the rest of America how diversified we are in our hearts and in our minds. Can you dig what I'm saying, Teddy Tache?
Absolutely, I can. And I want to go back to, we still haven't given away our tickets for today.
I know. I'm waiting for some callers. Is there some people out there that want to make millions? Come on, we got a couple of millionaires out there that want to come to this $1 billion event, February 12th, Black History Month, on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Call in now, 609-641-8870. And if you don't want to talk about the apartheid petition, just call in and share your thoughts. The fifth caller is going to get 2 tickets. Okay, you and your partner, you and your business partner, you could be here sitting with investors, be sitting with other officials who deal with opportunity zones. Learn what this opportunity zone initiative is all about, because it's getting ready to come here. And Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour wants you to be an active participant in it. If you're a young person, even if you're 18 or 19 or 20 years old, call in, get the tickets, meet some of these investors, listen to some of the ideas so you can start to position your business model, your business plan, or your business perspective in terms of how do you match up with some of these people's ambitions. Okay, if somebody's going to come in here and build a new office building, where if you got a paint company and do drywall, incredible company like Levi Construction, which is going to end up being a general contractor of all of this stuff, because we want to grow Levi to be a $300 million minority business enterprise. Okay, Mark Rossman and Sherry Rossman, the Rossman family, even though they make the best chicken wings in the world, they also do the highest quality construct. I know you laughing. I know Mark Rossman. He laughs every time I say that. What? I'm gonna tell you something, Atlantic City. One day we're gonna have a Rossman chicken wing something going on, and I tell you what, when you eat these chicken wings, that you laughing at me, but he marinates these things for 3 days, then he smokes them, and then he grills them. And I'll be honest with you, I've had a few addictions in my life, like cigarettes and love and things like that. I'm addicted to Mark Rossman's chicken wings, and y'all gonna be addicted too. Y'all laughing now, okay? So call in at 609-641-8870. Call in if you think your chicken wings are better than Mark Rossman's chicken wings, okay? We just want to give 2 of these tickets away because we want to create some more compassionate capitalists in Atlantic City that have nothing to do with casinos. So, Teddy, let me let you talk a little bit about Joanne Leon's yo-yo idea of we do an ice skating day, because you were talking about you and Thies would come up for it. What do you think about doing something like that? I think we got a caller calling in, too. Somebody's trying to get rich. Let's see.
So, quickly, so that we can take the caller, I think
Yes.
it's an absolute...
Oh, you plugged me in?
Thies and I like to go ice skating, roller skating, etc.
Okay, Teddy Tache, we have a call online. Hello, caller.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine. Who are we speaking to?
You speaking to Brother Khalil.
How are you doing, brother? Brother Bilal?
Yeah, how you doing?
Bilal?
Yes.
Assalamu
Yes,
alaikum,
sir.
brother. Assalamu alaikum. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm a Christian, brother.
So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what's going on in Atlantic City?
My thoughts in Atlantic City is basically, hopefully, it can be turned around. Definitely, I'm aware of the information y'all provided.
Yes, sir.
Here on the station about the memorandum they have trying to change the structure of the government, and that definitely the people should be definitely in control of their destiny. Not only that,
Wow.
that the people that live here and been here all their life, and then they got second and third, fourth generation here, that they should be the one who's here should have the ideals
Yes, sir.
of exactly what's going on in Atlantic City. Not someone that doesn't live here have the best interests of the people.
Wow.
You know, the best interest of those people, and speaking of whatever affiliation they may be,
Yes, sir.
the best interest of them is financial. That it's going to be beneficial for them.
Let me
And
ask you,
only them.
are you from, did you grow up were you born in Atlantic City yourself?
I was born and raised in Atlantic City. I'm from Pitney Village originally. Yes, sir.
Oh, you from Pitney for life. You from Pitney, huh? So,
Yes, sir.
So you must know the Bethayas and Derek Brock.
Bethea, the Bronx. We are the Bethea, the Bronx, the McFadden. Yes, absolutely. The Bowles, all of us. Yes. We
Wow.
grew up in Pitney Village.
Wow, I would love to. What's your name again, brother?
Khalil.
Khalil.
Last is Khalil Shakur.
Shakur.
Yeah, what's your we never met, but I heard good things about you and
Thank you, brother.
Teddy, even the Bronx, what you have on your radio show, Teddy.
Yes, sir.
We familiar. He know who I am.
Wow. Well, you have to get together one day with me in the Bronx so we could talk, man, because we need brothers like you to help us lead the way, because you are the fabric of Atlantic City, and because you Pitney Village, man. I mean, you are like one of the founding families of this city, and you know your way around, and you know who we need to reach out to.
Yeah. I had one time, I'm an entrepreneur, business owner. I did have a barbershop. They have a barbershop in Pleasant called Don Diva Hair Gallery.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer in business, but now I'm doing some investment. So I definitely like to come to that forum. I heard y'all speaking about February. I believe you said that the second
The February 12th. Yeah, February 12th, 11th and 12th. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you have a pen? Do you have a pencil and paper? You have pencil and paper?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
1 minute. Yeah. I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Hold on. Yep.
I'm gonna give you my email address so that you can email me and I can send you some information about the summit. My email address is James James. Yes, sir.
Hold up, Mr. White here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. James, James, dot Whitehead, Whitehead, yeah, Whitehead, at US dash heart, HART.org.
HART.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you send me an email, I will email you the link and all the data about the summit. And then let's also just have some further communication, period. What are you doing this evening around 6:30? Do you live in the city right now?
At 6:30, what time is? Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I want to make sure I have this correct. That's James dot Whitehead at USHeart.org.
Well, that's dash, not underscore. Put US dash heart.
US dash
heart.org. Yes, sir.
Okay, US dash dot org.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because this evening at 6:30 to 7:30 every Monday, we have this thing we started called the People's Peace and Prosperity Council, right? And our first mission is to abolish this apartheid referendum. You know, support, vote no against this referendum. But also you have prosperity in the title of that organization, because we're going to figure out how to make some local folks wealthy, right? So we're having a 6:30 to 7:30 1-hour meeting at 2709 Fairmont Avenue. That's the Bangladesh Community Center, 2709 Fairmont Avenue. Yes, sir. And if your schedule permits you to stop by there today, I would love to see you, shake your hand, and let you hear what we're talking about getting organized doing. Because this is the way we're going to defeat the referendum, and this is also the way we're going to create some new wealth locally. Okay?
Right. Absolutely. Yes, I definitely agree. Definitely continue doing what you're doing as far as getting the information out, making a good content information that you're providing, and it's a beautiful thing. And most importantly, I always say, definitely pick God first and let God be the direction. And you truly, we're truly trying to help people and uplift and upbring people. We definitely can move forward. And one thing, it said our people, and when God, this is the scripture, it said our people perish because of lack of knowledge, and that means all people. Doesn't matter what color, nationality, where you come from. God loves all people, so nationality doesn't make a difference. He said, my people perish because of lack of knowledge and understanding.
Well, let me tell you what we're going to do for you, bro, because Lisa Diane Hall just texted me and said, we got 2 minutes. I'm going to bless you with one of the tickets, because even though you were not the fifth caller, you at least you're going to get one of the tickets, okay, to attend the summit, and that's a $200 ticket. So you'll be able to come to the VIP reception on the 11th, and also you'll be able to attend the summit on the 12th, so that you can be engaged and see what we're talking about. So with that, I hope I see you this evening. You got my connection information, and I'm going to see you soon, and I'm going to see you on the 11th and 12th, brother. So you are one of the winners today. What's your name again?
Khalil Shakur.
Khalil Shakur is one of our winners for a ticket tonight to the 2020 Opportunity Zone Black Capitalism Fund Summit. So thank you, everybody, for your blessings. We're going to go out with Atlantic City, a song by Sean Rock, who created something fabulous. And thank you. Look for next Monday, and come out tonight to 2709 Fairmont Avenue, the Bangladesh Community Center, for the People's Peace and Prosperity Council. God bless you, Atlantic City. God bless you, Teddy Tashe Payton. And God bless America. Take it up, Sean.
I'm from a town where the dreams are big. Non-stop around the clock to find your means to live. History throughout the timeline. Casinos hit the skyline. A few comedy clubs got the tourists in love. Summertime beach bars make you feel like you a star. Windows crack down, AC Ave, the music blast. From the hip-hop shop to sneaker villa. Parties in the inlet, never forget they ain't a place filler. Every day is live from push carts to jitney rides. Boardwalk after dark, still peer with your peers. Soul food, the funnel cakes. Welcome to the Garden State. You gotta love this place. Heart of the tri-state. From the landmark to land shark. Barbecues in the park. Battle by the bay. The city so full of sparks.
The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour. Power to the people. Talking about the power of the people of Atlantic City. A platform for people to discuss ideas of the community. Creating an all-inclusive environment where people of Atlantic City can actively participate in the economic revitalization of Atlantic City's future. This forum will focus on black and white capitalism, working together to create red, white, and blue capitalism. Every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM. WeHaveGospel.com. The Jimmy Whitehead Power Hour. Power to the people.
Couple of May fellas suited up and sipping brandy.
WEHA, Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic City, Pleasantville.
WEHA proudly celebrates the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
We honor Dr. Martin Luther King here on Gospel 88.7 and 99.9.
A great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today